Yes, my people. Omo, abemen are just listening to waiting this set of people where they cash with this vessel. Waiting that they talk. And here waiting the Tompolo security guys that they talk concerning the vessel. Because now this Tompolo guy don't give details about the vessel, but he talks something where they very, very intelligent. Listen to this guy. Watch the video from beginning to the end. Go no say truly they don't deal with Nigeria for many years. This poverty with the Nigeria, this inflation, this unemployment and everything in this country, it gave people who be saying that then they sponsor and then they busy, they enjoy. Why the remaining people they suffer? Watch the video, my Michelle.
Let's just go slow around a bit. Just is about almost 10 times this yes now.
Check this on.
Go on.
A shatter my vessel. Shatter the vessel. So they send someone on board to take us where to load. So we don't know that's what he wanted to load, but we just followed instruction.
Okay.
So he took us to a jacket.
Okay. We took you to
a jacket.
Okay.
To load, but we couldn't stay there for long. We left there. When I called my boss that this is what is happening there, so my boss said I should leave there. So now on our way going back to our position of anchor, so Santita boys, Santita security now cross us. So that's what happened.
How long has he been on this vessel as a captain?
Since last year.
Last year? Yes. Now where do you usually go to for your operation?
This is my first voyage.
Okay, but don't you know what you did is crime against the Federal Republic of Nigeria?
I didn't know that is what we are going to load. A chatterer chattered my vessel.
What is the name of the chatterer? Let him flow.
Uwa. I know him as Uwa. Yes. I have 12, yes.
Are they all Nigerians?
11 Nigerian, 1 Ghanaian. 10. I joined them last year. So, and this is my voyage, first voyage.
Are you regretting your action?
I didn't know that I'm about to go and load crude oil. They didn't tell me.
So
the charter is not.
How do you feel?
I felt bad because my people at home will feel disappointed, and anyway, I believe God will take me out of this.
Tell us why we are here, sir.
Okay, good. We're here because of a criminal ship that has terrorized Nigeria's economic sovereignty in terms of maritime for over 10 years. And we've been able to bring that particular vessel or ship called Ali Rizabe, whom later turned his name into Turatu, to book. That's why we're here today. And we've been after this vessel for a very, very long time. It's been frequenting quite a lot of platforms and jackets here and there. It's operated by a company called Holab Maritime Services, and somehow, somewhere, via satellite intelligence and also human intelligence afloat, we've been able to apprehend this vessel off Ondo State, and we brought the vessel here for you all to see.
Tell us about the suspect.
Okay, good. Now, precisely 10 years ago, this vessel was arrested. Okay, when it was arrested, it was handed over to law enforcement. The crew was also taken by the EFCC, but we are not too sure what happened, but somehow, somewhere, it escaped. And when it escaped, it was quite funny what it did. It changed its name from Ali Rizabe to Turatu, and got some intelligent people to register it internationally as a Nigerian flagship. We turned the ship upside down, more or less. We've looked every nook and corner. There's no document or any evidence showing that this vessel is a Nigerian registered ship. It is actually a Togolese registered vessel being operated by Nigerians.
So at the time of arrest, were there any products?
There was, yes. What we did was that it's not the first time it's been stealing products. In 2016 precisely, it carried some crude oil, and then the owners feigned a piracy attack on the vessel. So the so-called pirates were able to take this boat into the ocean, and we suspect they went and pumped the crude oil they had to a foreign ship which took it overseas. Now, notoriously, this vessel's ports of call have been Tema in Ghana, I repeat again, Ghana, which seems to surface in terms of this illegality, and also in Cameroon. It has also been doing ship-to-ship transfer. In this particular situation, we had to allow the ship to be able to steal before we apprehend them. And due to the current actions by the NNPC for us to police the pipelines and all of that, they found it very difficult to come into the creeks to carry out these acts. But now they are concentrating more on the jackets in the ocean and the platforms in the ocean. So in this case, they went to a particular platform off Ondo State, a jacket precisely, and then connected their hoses, which you will see when we get there on deck. You will see them into the jacket, and on connecting to these jackets, they started pumping the oil. So we didn't want them to pump so much into the ship. I think so far so good. They've got probably better part 150, possibly that much, 150,000 liters or something like that. That's probably what they have.
Right now.
He was arrested early hours of, I think, early hours of Saturday, if I am not mistaken, because their modus operandi is to come in about 9 o'clock in the night and then depart about 4:30 in the morning. We were able to get there before they departed.
Any collaboration between the synergy between the security?
Yes, there has been a lot. As I keep saying, we can't do this job without the government security agencies. In this case, we are heavily assisted by the Nigerian Army from the 3 Battalion and also the Nigerian Civil Defense. They did back us up because, you know, we are a private security firm. We're not allowed to carry arms or ammunition, so we can't do without the government security agencies in this. So we've got quite a fair bit of backup. But I want to say something here. There's so much attention on the crew, and it is of our opinion, the executive management, which means the chairman, the vice chairman, the managing director, and the executive management, that attention should focus on the owners or those sponsoring these nefarious acts or notorious acts. They are inglorious. So it's time attention should shift to them. The crew is not really the problem. The crew are coerced or one way or the other, cajoled into doing this. Some of them think they are on an innocent mission, but actually the adventure is inglorious. So it is time attention shifts to looking at the employees, employers, perpetrators, because this particular ship has been stealing not only locally, but it is also at the same time giving this to foreigners, and we know those foreigners, so it is high time we go after them as well.
So what's your advice to those who still want to go on perpetrating this act of illegal crude?
My advice is for them to stop, okay, because in as much as they are not going to sleep, we are also not going to sleep, because we have to protect this country. So we are not going to sleep also. And you can see the boats everywhere. It's a clear sign that the Nigerian government forces are also not relenting in the matter. So they are going to meet us dollar for dollar in this particular business if they want to continue. However, having said all of this also, I will advise those who are intending to invest their ships in Nigerian waters from the international waters that you will not get away. You will lose your asset. If you give any Nigerian a ship to come and perpetrate crime, I guarantee you, you're going to lose your asset, because the Nigerian government is not going to take it lightly with you. And with NNPC on it, NNPC is very, very active now, just like they were before, but they have quite a lot of powers to ensure that your asset is not going to be safe in Nigerian waters, in as much as it is oil that you came to collect illegally.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Rear Admiral Olusegun Ferreira, Commander Operation Delta Safe.
Okay, sir, just tell us why we are here today.
Okay, this afternoon we are here on a visit to a rogue vessel that was involved in theft of our natural resource, in theft of crude oil off the coast of Escravos, not too far from here. We had credible information from our partners in progress, our private surveillance companies that have worked in synergy with forces of Operation Delta Safe, which comprises the armed forces, the civil defense, the Nigerian Customs, Immigration, EFCC, NSCDC, and a host of other agencies, all geared towards attaining the mandate of OPDS, which is the protection of oil and gas infrastructure within the Niger Delta for economic activities to thrive. On assumption of office of the current Chief of Defense Staff, General C.G. Musa, he reiterated the resolve of the armed forces and indeed the whole of the stakeholders within the area to continue the fight against criminalities in the Niger Delta area, against our common patrimony, and this includes illegal bunkering, pipeline vandalism, crude oil theft, and the likes. And this has been achieved largely in synergy with a host of stakeholders which I have listed earlier. Most importantly, we have at the front end our partners who provide the intelligence for us to carry out our kinetic functions as the armed forces. So on Friday, largely based on credible intelligence, that this vessel MT Tura 2 was involved in theft of crude oil from an abandoned wellhead off the coast of Escravos, and the vessel was promptly arrested and brought to this location for all to see. I have here with me representatives from the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, representatives of the pipeline security companies known as Tantita. I have my officers here from OPDS and other agencies. All of these eventually portray the synergy in our operations, which has been the directives from higher authority. As you can see, we're all here representing our various agencies as regards this arrest that was made.
So what's the next line of action?
Well, we have the harmonized terms and conditions and standard operating procedures. When a vessel involved in such of crime is arrested, the suspects are taken into custody, investigations are ongoing, the product on board is taken for test by NNPC or DPR, and thereafter, once the investigation is concluded, the next appropriate actions are taken. They could be prosecuted in court, and of course, the vessel will be handled in accordance with extant directives.
So where are the suspects?
The suspects are undergoing investigation.
When was the vessel arrested?
On Friday, 7th of July.
So we understand that the crew is made up of people from different nationalities. So what countries are involved?
They're all Nigerians.
We learned that this ship came from Tema in Ghana.
Well, as of now, I don't have that information.
So we understand the ship has changed its name from...
Who is asking the question? Say again.
So what is going to happen with this vessel?
In line with appropriate standard operating procedures, the vessel will be handled appropriately.
Just see the smart way where these people take talk now. They get oga, we send them go this work. But they no say na illegal crude oil na they want go load. Now some people don't charter vessel. So as the people charter vessel, their work now to go load the vessel for them. Now who get the vessel? Now they say now this same vessel, 9 people don't arrest since 2010. Abi? Yeah, since 2010. Say the same vessel, they don't change the name. So automatically this vessel itself is a criminal vessel. Now, when I don't discover that one, when I don't hold people where they operate the vessel, where they don't tell and say that their boss send them, may they go do the work. So the people where charter the vessel, now them won't steal oil, but the people where get the vessel, now them una hold for hand. And this vessel have been arrested before. They don't come out in registration number, put another one. So many these people just quietly carry on and go give that their boss where they call, wait till them when they come out there. So once they don't reach, go meet that their boss go provide the people who even charter the vessel. But for now, may they just carry una go there, make una foresee the boss first. So we say I get this notorious vessel. Una come there now they sing praise, they talk say I don't know the people we get. The single thing to do now just to you tell this way they lead una. So now go fish out everybody where they connected to that vessel. But the truth be say, one thing they funny about this country, say this whole thing as it happen, more oil theft see they go on every day on a low. Oil theft see they go on. Peter Obi don't talk am. And as is when Peter Obi talk am, now they come begin to take all this matter serious. Just imagine 800,000 liters of crude oil. Now that thing they contain, and the thing say he said the vessel just dey idle since that vessel go they do in job every day. Once he deliver, he go come back, carry another one go. Now simple something. So now waiting will they pass through for this country. We go spend money, 3 crude oil come out. Then some people will go just there on their own, organize themselves, come carry the crude oil, go supply. Nigeria will come, oh God, I beg, this country don't tire person.